Hello, welcome to the One I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. As usual, I'm wearing clothes, wearing another Korean woman's face on my shirt, as usual. Well, unfortunately, we're still in the middle of Pride Month. For those of you that don't know, Pride Month is the month where all the um, all the perverts um, flaunt their um, perverted ways. Pride Month is the equivalent to a girl dressing slutty on Halloween. It's okay that night. It's okay to walk around like a sexy insert anything, and I don't mean that literally. I mean like sexy nurse, sexy referee, sexy um, whatever businesswoman. I can't really think of anything. Like a sexy genie, whatever, a sexy cat. Um, Pride Month is the equivalent with that for gay people. Like, it's okay to dress up as a drag queen and ask a 6 year old to put a dollar bill on your G string. You know, I've s- I've seen I've seen less DP in a porn than at a Pride parade. It makes no sense. But I mean, just after seeing like more video of the children at the gay bar in Texas where they had like a drag show, and it was just a bunch of grown ass men dressed up as women in various states of dress having little kids put dollar bills in their underwear, and I'm like, how is this not child abuse? I mentioned this before, but I was watching whatever, it's just some new show. It might have been Daily Wire. Anyway, I was just watching some show where they were like, what the hell's going on here? And I'm like, whoa, those are little kids putting like dollar bills in a grown man's G string that's dressed like a woman. I mean, like, why would you want your child to see that? I don't know. All those kids are scarred for life. But that's the one thing about Pride Month. It's the conservative girls' Halloween. Like, you can dress like a slut on Halloween. You can like groom children during Pride Month. I guess apparently, like, it's okay to groom children in June. Why? Because that's Pride Month. I mean, talk about the dregs of society having a month to like do whatever they want. And this makes, and I'm assuming because people think of everything as in groups. That's why humans keep track of, like, statistics like that. People over 6 feet tall are more likely to hit their heads on ceilings than people who are 4 foot 11. Like random stupid facts I don't need to know about. But I mean, this is really the stigma of being gay was bad enough, but now you have this the added grooming of children to it, because that's all I've seen in these recent um, Pride Month videos where people are, which can, independent news sources are talking about, like, what the hell is going on. You got the drag queens at the library reading the kids, like shit like that. Like, it's just amazing that June is now grooming month. That's all. I'm shocked at the footage I've seen. Shocked. I tell you, I'm shocked. And it takes a lot to shock me, but I am shocked that it is legal. I guess because, like, I don't know. It just blows my mind. Anyway, makes you really appreciate German porn, though. Like, Pride Month makes you realize how normal German porn is. Because German porn's just, well, there's no grooming in German porn. I'll tell you that much. There's some Slottenbugger, Say that. Anyway, German porn is the techno of porn. It's like the rave of porn. Like it'll just be like your typical porn, except the girl is wearing a blue wig or like a purple wig or a green wig. It makes no sense. You're like, why? It's like the techno of porn. Like you've been to a rave before. Yeah, everyone's kind of like dressed the same. I'm not gonna explain that, but everyone's like dressed the same, right? Well, okay. I live in Los Angeles. Like when you go to a rave, I mean there'll be people there in business suits actually. Because I mean like a rave is so raves have been normie. They've been plebsville for the past like 15 years. Like I'm talking like 15 years ago. You go to a rave, your aunt's there. Okay, like you'll see like hell like the last rave I went to, there was an aunt there. She was woman in her she might have been 50s, wearing a sundress, and she was having a good old time. No one judged her, whatever. It was cool. I mean, but there are people who were they're a bunch of like 20-year-olds, but like yeah, you had a couple guys in suits. I guess they just got off of work anyway. It's just like Normierville. But okay, so I'm like, so like you take that cast of characters, okay, and you put that in German porn. Okay, we'll give like four of the girls so like a green wig, a purple wig. That's like German porn. It's like the rave of porn for sure. Because like looking at it now, you're like, well, German porn's kind of laid back. Like just because they have a you know, an accent really doesn't mean anything. But yeah, like no one thought I was gonna say German porn is the rave of porn, but look at look at footage. I know, I do this. Go on YouTube and just type like rave, but like recent though. Like in Los Angeles though, and like you'll see the crowd, okay, and then right after that, go watch a German porn. You'll be like, oh okay, it's the same thing. And don't comment until you actually do that. Go on YouTube, look up rave or whatever, trance, whatever. In Los Angeles, you will look at the crowd and then watch a German porn. You'll be like, oh, okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah, see, like as a man of culture, I've experienced a lot of things, and because I've experienced all these things, I can correlate two things that shouldn't be correlated, you know, but I do. Anyway, I don't know where else to go from there. I mean, after talking about German porn, what else is there? Oh wait, there is something else. Christina Aguilera, um, she was at the L.A. Pride Parade. She performed at a park with some other people. Those people don't matter because those people. I remember it was an all ages performance. Christina Aguilera was wearing a strap on for all the kids to enjoy. Now that beats German porn, right? Right, guys? I totally forgot about Christina Aguilera doing that. But anyway, just more bullshit to add to our society. But like the thing about Christina Aguilera, she's a post-wall woman. Okay, like Christina Aguilera used to be. God, wait, I think she's like 41 years old. I think anyway, but she used to be like smoking hot. Okay, and then like she hit like 30 and just got fat. Like, and the thing is, it's not that like it was a slow process. See, the reason why she just like ballooned up so big is because she was skinny because obviously she was trying to be skinny, you know. So I guess after making her millions and hitting the wall. She's like, ah, what's the point? Because it's like, the people are gonna like me anyway. And then with her deal is like, she most of her fans are those types of people anyway. So if your fan base is the ABCD crowd, your looks kind of don't matter because you're scraping the bottom of the barrel, you know. But it's just sad when a person like lets themselves go, and so they have to find a new base to support them. But yeah, like Christina Aguilera should be arrested. I'm sorry. Um, Performing at an all ages show wearing a strap on, that should be some kind of I don't know. I don't know how to classify that, but once again, it makes German porn look like a like a after school special or something like that. It makes German porn look like Christian TV. I don't know what's wrong with people, but what needs to happen is Christina Aguilera needs to lose the strap on. Okay, she needs to lose the weight, and she needs to start catering to the male gaze. Because when you do that, well, things just seem to go right. But I'm not in charge of her career. I'm also not in charge of what she eats. She should change her name to Cheesecake Aguilera. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Now, it'd be different if she was just like, some 40-year-old housewife who lives in Arizona. But, just she's a public figure. And she's literally making her figure big enough for the whole public to see. I mean, Jesus Christ. Show some class, lady. Like, do you really want to look like Lizzo? Because, I mean, come on. Lizzo is hideous. Lizzo looks like a hippo. Leslie Jones looks like a hairless ape. Lizzo looks like a hippo. They both belong in a zoo. I don't think there's a zoo big enough to keep both of them. But Christina Aguilera is catching up to them, though. And, like, I don't know. I guess she'd be like a panda. Now, the reason why I'm calling it Christina Aguilera panda instead of like a hairless ape or a hippo is that there is a smidgen, a little bit of sexuality left, a little bit of hotness left in Christina. Like if she lost a couple pounds, she could get back up to a 6. She was a 9. She was a 9 back then. But hitting the wall, the highest you could be is maybe an 8. Maybe. So she can get back up to a 6. But whatever. I guess she likes being a solid 4. But my favorite like peak Christina Aguilera was I mean I forgot, it was either late 90s or early 2000s. It was like between 1998 and 2002. Okay, just around there, where she was in, I believe it was Details magazine, and she was wearing like pink lingerie, and she was handcuffed to the shower curtain pole in a bathtub. Or I guess it's like this shower bathtub thing, and there's like a shower curtain. She's like handcuffed to the shower curtain, and she's wearing lingerie. That's one of the hottest pictures I've ever seen in my life. Okay, if Christina Aguilera can get close to that size again, because she's like she just let herself go. If Christina Aguilera hotness was like the equivalent of like hanging onto the edge of a cliff so like you don't fall off. She let go years ago. Like she went splat 12 years ago, 15 years ago. She went splat. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. You gotta hold on to that stuff. See, like when you let yourself go, it's hard to grab the bar back. See, like the same energy you put into maintaining the way you look, it takes the same amount of energy to let yourself go, though. It really does. So, like Christina Aguilera, used to be hot. And so I don't know her exact measurements, but let's just make something up. Let's just say she weighed 100 pounds, okay? Just for the sake of argument, okay? So to maintain 100 pounds, she had to probably eat right. And she probably only ate like, twice a day. And probably worked out 4 times a week, 3 times a week. To let herself go, she has to eat 6 times a day, probably. She probably, spends the same amount of energy moving around because she's eating all the food. So like that's the same amount of energy. And then instead of working out 3 times a week, she's, walking back and forth from the all you can eat table, you know, getting that frequent customer card stamped at Olive Garden. It's the same amount of energy. I don't know. She has to buy bigger clothes every 2 weeks. It's the same amount of energy as like letting yourself go. You got to maintain the fatness. You got to maintain the skinniness. It's the same amount of energy. It's just I don't know. It takes mental discipline. I guess she doesn't have it. Also, maybe her dealer stopped talking to her. It helps doing coke and meth. I recommend it, but I'm once again I'm not a doctor. I did play one on a soap opera for 4 episodes. I am a drug dealer though. Listen, it's her life. She can do what she wants. I'm not gonna judge, but I will judge. I'm still judging this though. Wearing a strap on at a concert you're throwing for all ages is child abuse. It's the same thing as those people who took their kids to the gay bar in Texas to see the drag show, whatever. Same level. That that's all child abuse. But it's the kind of world we live in. The kind of world where in June, it's okay to it's okay to just I don't know be a psycho. Okay, imagine a guy was on stage at this show. Okay, imagine a guy, and instead of wearing a strap on like Christina Aguilera did, he just like had he just wasn't wearing pants, and he just pulled a magic mic, just like whipping his junk around. He'd be arrested for exposing himself to what children, but to everyone there. But for some reason, Christina Aguilera can do it because it's Pride Month. It's okay. It's okay to walk by the elementary school and open up your trench coat. It's Pride Month. That's basically what's going on here. Seriously, I want to start a petition to get rid of the month of June, and we'll add those extra days to the rest of the months. Okay? I think we should get rid of June all together. No more June. Okay? I'm saying it here first. June should be banned forever, and no other alternative month will be used for Pride Month. Okay? June is banned because June is Sodom and Gomorrah. That's all it is. And only people getting hurt are kids, in my eyes. I'm sick of rainbows. Rainbows should be banned. Rainbow is not a color, it's a weapon that is attacking good people and their children. But, you know, I have common sense. So, to me it seems, absurd what's going on. But, I don't know. Like, apparently the left is okay with it. I mean, like, you you have to never vote for a leftist again. I don't care what party the candidate's in because that doesn't matter. If this person's views support this type of behavior, you got to kick these people out of positions of power. And the people doing this stuff, it has to become socially unacceptable for this behavior to happen because it used to be like that. I don't know what happened. Well, probably people in power, got to push their kink on people. So, we really gotta make this socially unacceptable again. I don't know how you do it, but I think a good start is people in power who support this have to be, ousted. You know. Oh, those are my thoughts. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Peace.